The room was heavy with silence, interrupted only by the relentless beep of monitors. The billionaire lay still on the bed, her skin ghostly pale, her eyes shut, her frame fragile after months of useless treatments. 100 of the planet's finest physicians had come and gone, defeated. Her empire teetered on the edge of ruin. Her name was spoken now with sympathy instead of fear. But fate still, miracles sometimes arrive in scuffed boots and faded jackets. This one carried a metal lunchbox and held the small trusting hand of his daughter. No one noticed the quiet man's security had almost turned away at the gate. No one guessed that Daniel Brooks, widower, mechanic, single father, was about to rewrite everything. Winslet had once been invincible. Her companies spanned oceans. Her decisions moved markets. Then came the exhaustion, the pain, the creeping paralysis. Doctors labeled it a rare degenerative syndrome and ran out of answers. The woman who used to silence a room with a glance now couldn't lift a cup. Her sprawling mansion became a private ICU filled with machines and defeated specialists. While her executives scoured the globe for a cure, an online ad for a live-in home assistant appeared. Good pay, no medical experience needed. Daniel applied the same day. Lily's school fees were due, and pride didn't pay tuition. When he reached the estate, guards in dark suits blocked the driveway. "This isn't a soup kitchen," one sneered. Daniel only smiled, calm and unshaken. "I'm not here for handouts. I'm here to work." An older nurse, watching from the porch, felt something shift inside her chest. She waved him through. Inside the hushed bedroom, Era lay like a discarded queen. The nurse whispered, "She hasn't spoken in 9 days." Daniel stepped closer, unsure, then saw the single tear sliding down her temple. Without thinking, he brushed it away with the back of his rough finger. "You've fought enough for one day," he said quietly. "It's all right to rest." The heart monitor slowed, steadying for the first time in weeks. The nurse stared, speechless. He came back every morning. He read aloud from dog-eared paperbacks, cooked chicken soup that smelled like childhood, let Lily arrange wildflowers in jelly jars beside the bed. He spoke to Era the way you speak to someone who is simply sleeping, not dying. One evening, as sunset painted the walls gold, Era's eyes opened. Her voice was a thread. "Who are you?" Daniel smiled the same gentle smile he gave Lily when nightmares woke her. "Just a man who believes broken things can still run." The recovery baffled every expert flown in to explain it. Scans improved. Strength returned. Doctors muttered the word spontaneous remission and shook their heads. But the truth was simpler and far older. Daniel had remembered to treat her like a person when everyone else had started treating her like a problem. When she could finally walk the length of the room unaided, Era asked the question that had burned in her for weeks. "I couldn't even pay you for months. Why did you stay?" He met her eyes, steady and kind. "Because healing isn't always about the body. Sometimes it's about reminding a soul it's still allowed to hope. I couldn't save my wife when cancer took her. But maybe I could help someone else find their way back to the light." Era's voice cracked. "You did. You saved me." Seasons turned. One crisp autumn night, she invited Daniel and Lily to the company's gala. Cameras flashed as the once-fallen titan took the stage in midnight silk. But she didn't speak of revenue or market share. She told 10,000 people the story of an ordinary man with grease under his nails and endless patience in his heart. 100 doctors worked on my body, she said, voice clear and strong again. One father healed my heart. In the back of the ballroom, beneath crystal chandeliers, Daniel stood unnoticed, Lily's small hand in his. Then the entire room rose as one, applause thundering like summer rain. Because sometimes the greatest medicine doesn't come from a laboratory. It comes from a lunchbox, a gentle voice, and a little girl's flowers, delivered by a man who never thought he had anything the world needed, until the world proved him wrong. And that is how a billionaire discovered that the richest lives are often the ones who own almost nothing, yet somehow give everything.